This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play.
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up. I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua out to his left. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 27 yards.
And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 18. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
Past the 20 for a short gain, second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
On 2nd down, Tua.
Completes this to Elijah Higgins.
It's a big play there for Miami. 52 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
brought down at the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Dancing to his left. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Back to north.
Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Inside. Boom, boom. Check 30.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Jam, jam. Stay right.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs now leads to a 3rd and long.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Plant. Go to 50. Jump out.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
26. 26. Hey, 88.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now a 2nd and 10. from the gun, a run with Mostert.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 50 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Cover 1 high. Cover 1 high. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 50-yard line.
Solo left Zion. Hey, 21 TX. 20 TX.
From midfield, here's Tua. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Cobb goes in motion left. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Jalen Phillips charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
Two minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
In motion right, that's Wilson.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Completes it to Hardman. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Here's Hill on the return. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Tua, the final shot before half. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for Miami.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 6. In motion left, Hardman. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's good for a Jets.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Get 300. Get 300. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, Mike. Plant. Go to 50.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Ready, Jack?
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. Open man is Higgins. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
All right, fellas, listen up.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
All right, let's go.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. On second down, Mostert.
5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Open man here is Conklin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Pushes past him. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
All right, come on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. After the turnover, it's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Solo left Zion. Hey, 21 TA.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Hey.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hardman to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 3.
They'll run with Hall. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much.
Inside.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Two and a throw right away. And his first look is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out right at the 35. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8. Going to the air. Tagovailoa gets this one to Hill. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st down, they'll kick off the drive with Dallas. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw is Smith. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. They will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Hey, three on left. 49, flip it off, 49.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. Oh, this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Smith here, an audible at the line. They'll try for the first with Walker. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
20, TX. 21G, 21G. Watch it, Oscar.
Tua sets up to pass it. He dumps it off to A-Chain. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll run right side with Mostert. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Seahawks nothing.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep is DJ Dallas. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Hey, on turbo, on turbo.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Now Smith. Looking sideline, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
2nd and 10, Smith again. He lets it fly from Lockett. He's got it at the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We'll got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talked about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Running the counter with Mostert. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of the defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throw caught by A-Chain. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A run with Mostert up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Escaping the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Locked incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
53.
Now it's Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good.
Again, Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
Here we go.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Smith. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Seahawks, nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Check 59, Cobra.
To the air again, Smith.
That's to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. And quickly they get to the line.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. Here's Smith now on second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Throwing now is Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Ready, shot.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Once again, it's Mostert. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. To throw on second down is Smith. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now Geno. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
On second down, here's Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play, but end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
They snap it to Smith. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. Dolphins get the football in great field position. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Steps away to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a give to Mostert running right. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run the toss to Mostert. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 15 yards. And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Seahawks, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Smith on 1st down. Finding Walker complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw, Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Smith's going to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
13X, 13X.
Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll hit Mostert again here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
21G, 21G.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Here's Smith. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they will take a knee here.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35.